Greetings everyone, and Great here for another H-Bars 4 replay. So on top left side as the red English with DivineDFP. On right side as the green Ottomans, we have a foreign name. Let's see now, Ottomans versus English. Ottomans of course are, for economic benefits, they decide not to collect resources in the field, they just refine them straight into free military units to the military school. Additionally, they do have access to a vizier that can also increase his mining collection here with the Anatolian Hills. For the English, they do have some really powerful economic benefits through the usage of mass farms. Their mills cost 50, which is still standing up, but the farms are half price and can be collected collect resources even better when nearby a mill. So the English don't really have to venture out on the field all too much to collect up food. When it comes to unique units in the feudal age, the Ottomans, of course, they have two unique units: the Meter, which is a powerful buffing unit, and the Sipahi, which is a heavier horseman, allowing to having more health and damage. This Ottoman player does find a good number of sheeple there. When it comes to unique units for the English, they of course have the Longbowman, getting +1 damage and +2 range. And of course they do also have the earlier man-at-arms. Got the Vanguard man-at-arms and early man-at-arms. You got the Count's Hall not being employed on the field. Got the Twin Minaret Midorese being employed out on the field. Twin Minaret Midorese does provide 4 berry bushes that can be collected 50% faster, which is collects faster even than the even boar, so it gives you basically 4 villagers worth of food income in your base, a very good solid base of food income. The Council Hall, of course, is a unique archery range that has 100% faster work speed, so it's basically 2 free archery ranges when you get to the next age. You don't have to take time to build them or collect resources for them, so that's tended to why you see some early longbowmen being pulled on out. We got a good amount of stone being collected by the Ottoman players. It looks like it's eyeing for an additional town center and not eyeing for aggression. He may use this military school production for defensive purposes. Going for Sipahi immediately. Sipahi does take about 2 minutes to pull out this moment in time. And the English is going for additional town center as well, so both players eyeing for a bit of eco. If you take a look at the map in this time frame, got of course of wood deposits. The wood deposits are a little bit small in this variation of the map, but there's 5 of them both sides player of the map. So actually English has 6 wood deposits, so slight advantage there. This one seems a little bit larger though. And this one seems a little bit larger as well. When it comes to resource placement, the gold's up here. Got stone, and this gold is down here with a pretty easy secure stone gold over here. For the English player, it does have, of course, a gold and stone back there. This stone's a little bit farther away. Gold's a bit more over here, so it looks like the English player may expand out this direction, while the Ottoman player is going to expand out this direction as a possibility. We have a full mill now pulled in the field. The mill does provide food. Each one of these farms with a mill nearby does collect faster than even deer, so this is a very good source of basic food. It's going for 2 mills immediately on. Time for heavy eco, base eco. Let's put out the exotic doggo there, and now it's time to collect up this horse puffer meat. We do have the Sipahi deployed on the field. I'm not sure where it's at the moment. He may be eyeing for a bit of defense position. Let's see, military schools. One of them, if you follow the lines, they're going to right there. And there we go. There's a scout in Sipahi. So it's eyeing for a bit of a raid. But there's a town center here, so the English player has gone for 3 town centers. The Ottoman right now is not going for any additional town centers. And what is first Vizier went. He went to the Anatolian Hills, so got 8 free sheeple as well. So he has a good number of sheep here, a very good number of sheep. As well as having faster mining speed as well.
And you work.
Each brookie that.
The head Imperial armor now being pulled on the field. Got fast castle for the Ottoman, which will allow him to pull out free siege units.
Yes, sir.
And your worker. And your worker.
What's that say?
They're a dog.
Çitelim.
We do have now a full third. Oh, not. So can place one more farm there. Sipahi could push on forward, but of course the villagers can get into the town center quickly. Trying to find that scout there. Nope, decides not to advance on forward. Does go and poke that villager there. And the primary town center does have has an extra arrow there, so it does provide some extra fire support with the higher arrow damage as well. So it does 8 damage times 2, so 16 damage minus 2 pierce armor, so 12 damage per volley. Another vizier now available. Probably would like to go for additional military school. Yep, now he can get out additional military school. Should be able to get 4 out at the moment. Now got the white tower being employed as well, which is a good defensive placement there. Green should be able to spot all this. We tried denying a little bit. Does see a bit of damage there. Pulls back those builders. And now the spot here following him back. He sees the white tower. Now, like, over the English Age 3 landmarks are good, but they're not spectacular. They're relatively weak when it comes to landmarks, in my opinion. The extra town center can play into a bit more aggressive roles, don't get me wrong. White Tower is, of course, a basic keep, which is useful for a good replacement for a siege workshop, since you can pull out all the units there, barring the siege tower.
Atım zinnetinle hazırım. Bana bir emir eyle. Halloldu bilesin. Emrimle behenmeş yaskem. Emir eyler. Bu sipahiye emrin beni takip eyleyin. Evamir. Bana bir emir eyle.
Sipahi pushing away forward, maybe trying to push down some of these walls. We do now have a handful of spearmen employed in the field for defensive reasons, as well as some crossbows. Those are designed for the White Tower and the Council Hall for crossbows. There's basically 3 archer range for crossbow production, going for 3 barracks as well. Going for the early man-at-arms, and maybe eyeing for a crossbow man-at-arms at the moment in time. His opponent right now is going for Sipahi crossbows, and does have some eons in the field, clicking some relics. Going for Meter as well, and the free Mangonel.
Atım zineyt. Emrin başım üstünedir.
Pierce damage not being researched by the Ottoman player. It does have +1 pierce armor as well, which is less impactful with the higher hitting damage of the crossbows. And the English player signed to clear up this gold now. The gold deposit, maybe already, his original one maybe already cleaned up. I'm not sure where it was at. Oh, there it is. Still has a bit of gold left, not a whole lot. Stone outcropping's been being cleaned up as well.
Good swinker, happy mate.
Got another vizier deploying field, going for increased military school production. That's not something anything just yet.
This shula udure, mate.
We do have a Mangonel float out here.
Atım zineyledim ve hazırım.
Emir eylersin. Seyir rengamdır.
You just can't really deploy out any horsemen or knights against Ottomans. Ottomans' Janissaries will be very effective in this situation. He's going for a man-at-arms crossbow as predicted.
Beyler, hareket
Going for some spearmen as well, which is probably a good idea. Help engage any sort of lance with Sipahi. Sipahis tend to be a common unit. Sipahis do hit pretty hard. Right now they're veteran Sipahi, no blacksmith research at the moment.
Silah muhasara hazırdır. Beyler.
Villager does go down there, trying to torch down some of these walls. Needs out some outposts. Right now the Ottoman force is at 41. The free Mangonel pose a big threat to his current composition. Going for the armor-clad research. As well some other blacksmith research as well. He does force at the White Tower here. The White Tower can be used for spring gold, such as one right now. Outpost has been pulled out there. Sipahi will find these villagers, going to finish them off. Does not go for fortitude just yet. And does go and cancel off the lumber mill. Red does have more villagers at the moment. On advancing force as well. And Sipahi are going to take time to start torching down that outpost. It does make this spring golden placement exposed, or no. But it's there onto that palisade wall. Up north, Green does have a single spot here. Villagers trying to engage. They do have +2 pierce damage. Sipahi has 5 pierce armor, so it takes 2 damage per arrow. We'll take a number of these villagers. I think he did use a fortitude ability. Could have used it. And does want to cross the T there. And dude, hear some more Vizier being pulled out. He's now trying to make his way through this opening. Got the squad of Janissaries pulled on out.
Emir eylersin.
So should have 10 Janissaries now on the field. Yes, he does. Volley now push way forward. We'll see quite a bit of White Tower fire. Does stop that villager from getting some damage there, but now got the Sipahi push way forward. These Sipahis are here as well. Sipahi push way forward with some pair of Mangonels. He does have a pair of spring golds for defense as well. Sipahi did get one villager there. Not many villagers inside this town are there, so the arrow fire is minimal. And also they will find opportunity of getting another villager there. Red has a good number of villagers. Red's not fancy for it. The spring golds are going to get hit. As Janissaries is firing away. Good number of crossbows. Spring golds are going to forward to hit one of the Mangonels. Let's get one of the Mangonels. Very good. Those front lines starting to, English front lines starting to disintegrate. Does lose both Mangonels. Spring golds just need to run away. Try to save if you can. But they did their job in this conflict. He does save one spring gold. Janissaries is still firing away. Crossbows still firing away as well. White Tower is out of range. And there's a good number of spring crossbows here, so these man-at-arms are not a good item at this moment in time. Green does take out Red's army there. Another fresh Mangonel, this time for Red. Red crossbow army gets a nice hit there on those crossbows. spring galls not getting healed on up. This Battering Rams will get sieged on down. 2 mangonels are now put out on the field for red. Damage there. We got now these man-at-arms starting to engage, but there's too many crossbows in this region. Mangonels get some good hits there. Zapahi were unable to go. We've got some man-at-arms pulled up by red, in which one of the Mangonels almost goes down, does go down there. He needs some more crossbows for red. Does he got some of these villagers over here? Down south got some stone walls there apparently. I don't know why. We got 3 spring galls now pulled up by red, which will be very useful versus Battering Rams, but need some more mangonels. You know how these supply push me forward trying to interrupt this gold collection. These workshops now being pulled on the field as well, going for some spring galls. This Battering Ram still pushes way forward. There goes that Battering Ram. There's also a green sheep here, which does provide a bit of vision, doesn't it? So the green sheep does spot all these siege weapons. It's clearly a saboteur. So now he knows about all those siege weapons there. He knows now there's 3 mangonels going past that sheep. It's probably being chased by the spearmen. There's also this keep here for green. So red may need to get out of Cutaway Trebuchet, which the white tower can provide. Gold has been claimed there. It needs to now be tasked on this gold deposit. The English player does have enough gold to age up. Not enough food though. Outpost going on up. Now I've got more stone walls being pulled up by green. He's trying to lock down this side of the map, which will allow him to get access to some good gold deposits. This area is still a little bit exposed.
Dakik olun. Evamiri nev mevcut. Şahı Merdan bölüyor. Beyler, evamiri nev mevcut. Emin eylersin. Sayışa engin yani.
Got good enough defensive force here by the English. Right now, the Ottoman player does have a larger force and higher quality force. Another Spahi, 2 scouts in the front as well. I've got the sea castle gate going on up over here, which helps protect his traders. He's eyeing for some traders probably in the future with the 2 markets in this region. So, guys, has a little force here. The English player is going for the Berkshire Castle. In a very good defensive position. This will help him cover up his base. He does have plenty of room for farms this region as well. He's eyeing for mass farms. We need to get out closures as quickly as he needs it sooner than later because he's going to be locked out from most of the map. He does have access to this gold deposit here eventually, coming out that outpost. Forward. Spring Galls gets good there. Mangonels get some good splash damage as well. He does want the Berkshire Castle there, so both players now advance to the next stage. Coach now from research as well as the elite man-at-arms research. This keep does go down. Got a couple Spring Gold and Spring Gold range being pulled on out. I know it's about those 2 Spring Gold emplacements. Green's trying to advance forward, has a sizable army, including 3 battering rams to cleave through his opponent. Red has a much smaller force here, but the Mangonels could put some big holes in the Mongol and the Ottoman army. And 2 of them goes down immediately. There's 5 spring balls here for Green. Not looking good for Red. There's been a number of Janissaries still alive. He hasn't led on field, so he's been mainly building them out. Going for a Great Bombard now, that may be from the mid Imperial Armory. Trebuchet is going to get overran, all among all the other siege weapons there. Red's army is starting to disintegrate. Onto those Magnos was his key weapon, and he did not get a single shot off of it. Berkshire Castle will be here for defense, so he will not be able to advance any farther forward than this. The White Tower is also here to support as well. In fact, the White Tower does have a bit of protection as well from Berkshire Castle. We got the elite crossbow research for Red as well. He does need to take time to clean up these outposts. I gotta say, the Janissaries. Nope, he does not get the Advanced Academies at the moment. He does get the increased gold collection, so now they're at plus 40% gold. There's gonna be a massive amount of gold from these traders. Six-hundred victory now being fought on field. Siege Workshop now set ablaze. So Ploy goes down, give enough time. There's not advancing forward, got all 6 sides captured by Green. And the most exposed one is actually the central one, since the other one has a bunch of stone walls around it. Crossbows is being pushed way forward, we got another keeping bumped by Green. Got a number of Janissaries in the back line as well. So probably going to not build out any more Janissaries, but more of an anti-cavalry tool. The range is inferior to many other ranged weapons, such as the crossbow, so it's only by a decent amount as well. Swahi now making the way forward, the elite Swahi. Battering rams being forced down by a massive wave of villagers. Both sides are down to similar army sizes. Outpost trying to be take out that outpost. He is set ablaze there. He's relying on network castles, or does have network of citadels research. Outpost does go down. He does have much more influence from something nearby. This one over here. Keep is not going for the Great Bombard emplacement. And that man-arms goes down. Spotty making their advance forward. Outpost, we're seeing quite a bit of damage right there. Now 6 sites being decaptured. It does need to decapture it. It is currently paused. Great Bombard placement still being researched. Got Janissaries not being mixed on in as well. Those are a lot of actually Janissaries being mainly built. He does have trench guns for whatever the slight damage increase. They are elite Janissaries at the moment. Right now they're doing 23 damage, which is significant. Great Bombard has been researched. He needs to get closer to this second site there. He needs to decapture it. Also deny some gold income. Great Bombard emplacement does have, what, 10 range? Does have 10 range, does do 102 range damage, so it does put holes in the battering rams. As well as put holes in the army. Outpost going on up. Some of these units are in range of the Great Bombard. Just send a single unit up front. You don't have to put your entire army up front. Forward. Great Bombard does find a hit there. Battery rams now making their way forward as well, but should be able to clean up a keep, assuming it doesn't get stopped. Clearing crossbows pushing forward. Man arms trying to hit the Janissaries. Janissaries in good numbers right now. They're doing 20 damage. Janissaries also have the entire text things nearby measures. Veterans now connected to the key. Only a couple of the Veterans remain. This is Springall's firing away against him. Another Veteran pushes way forward. Crossbows trying to engage. Against these Janissaries, it's probably better idea to go for a longbow than crossbows. Just because they're much higher range. There's a large number of meters here. There's 7 meters, so he's not going to get those eliminated anytime soon. The effects. Great bombard to get another shot off there. More banners pushing way forward. He's letting these banners getting cleaned up. He needs to stop the batter rams and just hold them back a moment. He has to deal with the spring gold for those batter rams scream in one at a time. You're probably seeing he uses Maganel. Elite Janissaries only have 105 health. Maganel's do some good damage versus them. And just right the crossbows here in the back line as well. Now got a great bombard and up on a few. He does have 11 tower range, so upgraded spring goals can outrange it. Don't know if Cropping trying to be cleaned up by Kareem now. It looks like Sunny's forced them going down. And this keeper just doing far too much damage. He needs trebuchets to engage that, doesn't he? He's got some veteran longbowman research now, going for the arrow volley and for the elite longbowman research. So while he push way forward, they will run the White Tower and the Berkshire Castle, so they won't last so too long. Spearman hitting them as well. Right now, the English resource reserve is down to minimal. The Ottomans have plenty of resource reserve and taking a lot of cost-effective engagements. Now we've got a good number of spring goals escort to the Great Bombard as well. Now the elite longbow research doesn't have a considerable arrows just yet. Great damage there. It does take up the outpost there, so the network of citadels are now deactivated. Main arms charging way forward. Janissaries and crossbows so good numbers in the back line. These main arms just don't last long enough. Longbowman getting overran by the Sipahi as well. The English is not transitioning his units all too well. He needs some Maganels. He could go for, he's going for AoE blast damage trebuchets. That could be good. I'm not sure how effective versus this. This group's arm's been very tightly clustered, so it could potentially do some good work. The English player is out of wood in the back line. Try grabbing some other ones on the side. Some of these villagers are very exposed. As we have the Vanguard Palace. 6-side victory counting down now. He needs to take time to regroup his forces. Large number of infrastructures over here. Trebuchet's now setting on up. No fire volley there. The ground projectile still another 15 seconds. Volley make sure they don't push on forward. These China Trays only have 28 damage. Great bombards. You see some fire there from the trebuchets. And there are the shrapnel projectiles. Let's see how well they do. It looks like he rolled some misses there. Right now, he just needs to get a core defense right there and let the trebuchets fire away. And we have the Vanguard Palace for the cheaper trebuchets. Maybe a fire could hit there. They do some decent damage, nothing like Maganel. It's okay fire support, nothing too significant. The range is actually still incredibly good. It should be good for counter-barraging these great bombards once they get the range. Aaron's now cleaning through the flank, picking up some more infrastructure. Right now, the English players probably having trouble with remaxing. The Ottoman player has plenty of resources, it has good reserve of resources, and it has good Q going. He's going for man arms himself now. But some of these great bombards can be repaired up by almost looks like by imams, but the Janissaries can repair them up. One of the spring balls do go down to the trebuchets. Spring balls not hitting the trebuchets. They're starting to fall back there. Berkshire Castle is now able to find some fire support. Maybe just need to regroup around the Berkshire Castle. The sheep there still providing some spotting. Another trebuchet does go down. And Green's army just pushing its way forward. Some structures starting to go down there. The Great Bombards still pretty healthy. And just Janissaries repair them up. More of the crossbows starting to go on down. The Ottoman players still maintain max population. The English players just having trouble remaxing. Batteries are cleaving its way forward. Actually pretty low in wood. Trying out for some counter barrages there. Just only one trebuchet remaining. Trebuchet does go down there. Outpost goes down. He sells network of citadels next to Berkshire Castle, the White Castle Tower. Berkshire moves forward. Trying to intercept and connect with some of these great bombards. He does save the great. Nope, one great bombard does go down. He does save the other two. Longbow and crossbow will still fire away. The only reason why he's playing out crossbows rather than longbows is simply doesn't have wood. Those lacking all resources at the moment. Elite man arms, of course, will be countered by those crossbows. It looks like Green's army has been cleaned on up, but he still has a massive reserve of resources. And probably enough traders from the rest of the game. He only has handful of traders. Ooh, there's a good chunk of those crossbows. Oh, here looks like Sipahi is trying to find another flank. Red's going to take time to clean up this shrubbery, which is not that great for a wood source, but it is a wood source. Spearman trying to stop the Sipahi. Crossbow's still going down to the Great Bombards, where the Great Bombards almost gone down. Now can repair it up by the Janissaries. And the Longbow going down to the Great Bombards. You may want to take time to regroup around the Berkshire Castle. Ooh, and this bombard emplacement is actually hitting these villagers. So those three villagers there. The White Tower has upgraded the bombard emplacement there. We do have these battery rams pushed way forward. Bombard emplacement does do 72 damage, so it does put some holes in battery rams. Nothing too significant though. Man arms are going down, longbow and crossbows engaging. Trebuchets and iron cross some counter barraging. The battery ram there did go down. There's some various AoE damage on the siege weapons. Each player does have a larger reserve resource at the moment, still having trouble remaxing. Ottoman players still maintain 200 max population. So this infrastructure started going down, and the English player can't afford to lose any of it. Does not have enough wood. Great bombards push quick forward. White Castle is seeing massive amounts of fire. And some of these villagers are not getting hit as well. Oh no, those are man at arms. Janissary is not getting hit by the longbows. But Janissary is able to close the business there. Crossbows push quick forward. The White Tower does go down. The Berkshire Castle still finding some good fire support there. Slowly whittling down the Great Bombard. This Great Bombard is starting to go down. And Red does back of the game now. This is Anna Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.